Hello everybody, welcome to Nostalgia Goggles. I'm the Retro Gaming Nerd, and today we're going to talk about Turtles. Well, Turtles of the Teenage Mutant Ninja variety. Well, I heard that this game was bad. Like, so bad that you pulled your hair out, screamed obscenities, and drank your alcoholic beverage. A lot of times. Like, a lot. So, a lot of people were expecting the arcade game with this one, and they didn't get it. I can see where the disappointment came. Especially since they had to wait a little while to get the arcade one. But then they had to wait a little while to get a better one. And then they had to wait a little while to get to the closest one. But even then, it really wasn't the arcade game. It was really close, but it didn't have 4 players, and it didn't have a lot of stuff that the arcade game did have. So, yeah. But with that aside, with it not being an arcade game and just forgetting all of that, is this really a bad game? Now let me start off by saying that the music is really good in this game. It sounds like a Turtles game, which some games like this just don't. Now let me talk about the which is the sprite work. At least I can tell that the Turtles are supposed to be Turtles and Bebop and Rocksteady are Bebop and Rocksteady, but then there's Splinter. He's just kind of messed up, but it wouldn't be the first time he messed up Splinter, so I think I can give it a pass? I don't know. Now let's talk about the Turtles themselves. The Turtles themselves are very, very unbalanced. So, let me explain by starting with Wrath. His range is terrible, and if you are stuck with him, you might as well restart or quit the game, because there is absolutely no point in going on any further. He is what I would call the character to get the pizza. You know, like, you get to the pizza, you switch to your favorite turtle at that point. That is all he's good for. He is a sacrifice turtle. That is all. And then there's Michelangelo, which is way better than Raph. I mean, really better than Raph. There is no way I can emphasize how much better than Raph he is. His attack is better. His attack speed is better. Everything about him seems and feels better, and he's a lot more of a competent fighter, which is weird, because you think that that'd be like the other way around. But I'm not gonna question it. Michelangelo rocks in this game, at least more than, you know, Raphael. Weird to say. There's also Leonardo, which is my favorite turtle, and he actually is the second best. And that's not just an opinion. I mean, his range is really good, and his speed is really good, and that's all I can really say for him. There's not really much else out there. It's just his swords are really good to use, and if you were ending up stuck with him, you might as well be. But you tend to not really want to use him, because the other 2 turtles aren't as good, and you're gonna end up sacrificing them before you ever want to use him, so. And last but not definitely least, there's Donatello, the best turtle in this game, because he has such an amazing range. If you haven't noticed, I've been talking about range, and that's pretty much all this game is about. When it comes down to it, Leonardo and Donatello are the best because they have the best amount of range. They aren't close enough to an enemy that you can hit them, but they're far enough where the enemy can't hit you, which is the problem with Raph and Mikey. Donatello, I actually tend not to use a lot because he's the turtle that saves my ass a lot. Let me put it that way, because when it comes to certain boss fights, you can utilize that range and many other things, and that's kind of where it goes. A lot of people say that this is a hard game, and I like a challenge. I like the Dark Souls, the Bloodborns, the Mega Mins, and even the Ninja Gaidens, but this game is, I don't know, ridiculous. From crappy level design to impossible jumps to swarms of enemies, and also the lack of healing and reviving turtles. Okay, well, I know you're able to heal turtles for sure, but I don't know if you're able to revive them, because I never really got that far in this game. But that's not the point here. This game gets really hard, really fast, and it doesn't make any sense of why it does. I mean, can't you just make the game ease you into the hard parts? But I gotta finish this review. All in all, this game is bad, and I can definitely see where the disappointment is. Especially since this game, if it just stuck with the beginning, you know, the part where you get to pick your favorite turtle and go through the sewers, that would have been fine. But it got a little too complicated. Like, real fast. I would recommend sticking with, you know, TMNT 2, or even Manhattan Project, or Turtles in Time, or Hyperstone Heist if you could get your hands on it, instead of choosing this one. I mean, let's be real here. You're not really missing out on much. Except for frustration, anger, stupidity. Well, I've been your host, Retro Gaming Nerd, and I'm gonna go read some Usagi Yojimbo. Because I can.